All right, peeps, welcome to Rally Renew Friday, April 24th, 2020 edition, 1 p.m. class. Today, the only thing that you might need is going to be perhaps a yoga block or a foam roller or like a couch pillow, something that you can lie in a sideline position with your head sort of resting comfortably with a neutral neck. So you're not like lying on your side like this or with your head propped way up on the other side. Something where you can lie on your side. I'm gonna use my yoga block turned to a certain position. Um, we're gonna start with a lot of hips today, and then hopefully by the time we finish all the hip stuff, we'll still have a little bit of time to get in some neck, shoulders, and then a breathing cool down. We'll definitely do the breathing cool down, but how much shoulders we get into will depend on how much hips we get through. Okay. I don't want to go much past 50, 55 minutes here. This is going to be a brutal hip series, so should be good, beneficial, fun. As always, move through your current capabilities. Please do not move into or try to battle through pain, okay? This shouldn't ever hurt. It can be challenging. It can be uncomfortable sometimes, but not in a painful way, more in like a coordination type of way. So please do not move into pain. Okay. I will try to give you some options on how to accommodate yourself. Occasionally you may get cramps today. That's okay. That's just a lot of, like Dr. Demir kind of put out a little social media post today talking about how that's a lot of input into muscles that don't normally get that input, and they're not really quite sure how to handle that yet. That's okay. That's primarily what some of this training is for. Okay. So, like I said, let's get started with our TLC for the hips. We're going to be in a side lying position first, and we will go through some hip cars. Okay. So I'm going to kind of set up here. Full disclaimer here. There's going to be some unavoidable, maybe we got crotch shots when we do this for some of the demonstrations. So heads up for that. Okay. I tried to wear my big boy long shorts today. Okay. So side lying hip cars. This is where you might need your pillow, whatever, just to kind of keep you nice and flat. You see how your neck nice and neutral. You see how my bottom arm is nice and straight and flat on the ground. I like to sort of check myself and keep my bottom arm flat like that so that I don't roll too far back or too far forward as I challenge myself through the hip cars or any really sideline position. Maybe I do shoulder cars sometimes, whatever. When you're in that sideline position, get used to sort of taking that bottom hand, putting it nice flat on the ground, and then measuring it off with the top hand like so, and then try to maintain that torso position. I'll then put my top hand right here, okay? So I know when I'm doing my hip cars, I need to kind of get my arm out of the way here, all right? So when we go through our hip cars, the first thing that we're gonna do is just lift that top leg off the bottom leg. And by the way, you can have your legs knees bent like so, you can have them straight, whatever is comfortable for you, okay? Because we're gonna be moving that top leg anyway. So let's just kind of bring that top leg off. We'll slowly move this thigh up to rib cage as high as we can. Our second move is just going to be to open that gate as far as we can without rolling the torso back. And now we want to sort of take this foot and lift that foot as high as we can to produce internal rotation of the hip. You can see I'm not great at internal rotation, but as I keep that foot high, I'm reaching back with that top leg into extension glute squeeze. And then I'm coming back to the center line and then just back through to lining up. I'm not resting the leg on top of my bottom leg yet, but I am coming back to my sort of original starting floating position. And I reverse that motion to go straight back, keeping that foot high as I open that gate back up. Now my foot's gonna drop in so I get external rotation of the hip. And then I close that gate as I'm coming high toward the rib cage. And then back to center. That's one full rep there. Let's do 3 more. Thigh up to rib cage. Open up that gate as far as possible. Raising that foot high as I start to reach back with my thigh. Down and through to the start position. reverse it into extension, keeping that foot high, dropping the foot as we externally rotate the hip back and through to the rib cage. I feel like I almost get a cramp every single time I do that. Raise that thigh up towards rib cage. Open up that gate. Internally rotate as I come back and through. Reverse into extension. Foot stays high. As I open that gate, externally rotate. Thigh toward the rib cage. Last one on this side. Thigh toward the rib cage. Open that gate. Foot's going high as I reach back, hopefully. Back and around. Extend with that foot high. Drop the foot as you externally rotate, bringing that thigh up to rib cage, back down to the center and through, okay? And we will switch and go to the left side now. We are gonna do these hip cars just like this in the beginning of today's workout and at the end of our hip sequence, okay? Our hip sequence today is gonna be really focused on 90-90 internal external rotation. So we're gonna sort of use this hip cars here as both a way to warm up, become aware of where we are, and when we're all finished with our hip series, it's going to be a way for us to sort of retest and show just how much that hard work we're going to do today pays off, okay? Which will be a lot, okay? So let's go with our left leg hip cars, okay? Just bring that leg slightly off the bottom leg, thigh up toward the rib cage. Open that gate as wide as you can without rotating your body. Lift that foot nice and high as you start to reach back into extension, back and around. Reverse that motion into extension, keeping that foot high. Open that gate, externally rotate the foot, thigh up toward the rib cage. Back and down. Second rep. Thigh up toward the rib cage. Open up that gate. Foot high. Start to reach back into extension. Through to the center. Back to the start. Reverse. Extend with that foot and ankle out and high. Open up that gate. Externally rotate. Back toward the rib cage and down. Rep number 3, thigh toward rib cage, gate open, foot high, reaching back and through, down into the center. And reverse, lead with the heel, foot stays high as we open up. Externally rotate and come through, thigh to chest. And finish. Last one, guys. Thigh toward that rib cage, opening up the gate, foot staying high. Then we reach back, down and through. Original start and reverse. Extend, open, externally rotate, back to the center and through. Good. So we got 4 controlled articular rotations on each side. Now we are going to get into our 90-90 hip position. You can probably set your yoga block aside for now, unless you're going to plan on using it to sit on it in this position for 90-90, okay? Which if you have a lot of deficit, and this is an incredibly hard position for you, you can certainly do that. I'm not going to use that. Sometimes you will see me sort of lean with my torso to accommodate for some of my lack of internal external rotation in the hips. Mine are pretty stiff too. You can also go down to the forearm on some parts, because some of the things we will do with the trail leg, they'll be very challenging, and that's okay. If you need to go to the forearm or if you need to lean into the arm, me too, okay? Not all of us are Cirque du Soleil performers yet, okay? So the first thing we want to do with this 90-90 position is get it set up correctly, okay? So I want to have my lead leg sort of coming out from the center of my trunk, Okay, do you see how this lines up with that there? 90, 90. And then my knee is bent at a 90-degree angle, so my shin should be pretty parallel with the screen, okay? And also my ankle should be in this 90-90 position. I'm gonna rotate to the side so you guys can see my trail leg as well, okay? So the trail leg position, which will be our first area of interest here, I want to have that trail leg coming out pretty much directly from my side here. I don't want it way up in this position, nor do I want it way back here, okay? You can obviously set up, like I said, for your comfort. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to try to effort yourself that direction in order to get better, okay? So, but as always, work in a pain-free, work with what you got. I promise you'll get better with repeated efforts, okay? So the first thing I want to do is kind of pay attention to this back leg. I really want to keep this back knee on the ground. I'm going to take both of my hands and sort of come back into this position here. I want to feel that stretch on the internally rotated trail leg side for right now. We're going to hold this stretch for about the next minute or so, just to kind of accommodate and get used to this position. We're going to be in this side for about the next 8 moves or so, okay? Which will be quite a challenge. I guarantee I'll be sweating and efforting a lot during this hip stuff, okay? We're going to take this first minute just to kind of stretch and allow this passive flexibility on internal rotation on the hip get you where it's going to get you, a nice, healthy, comfortable-ish place, okay? And then when we finish with this, we're going to move into our lead leg for a nice little stretch. And then we're going to start working on some max effort work with lift-offs and positional holding, okay? So let's give this about another 20 seconds here. I'm not really timing a minute. I'm just kind of ballparking it. So hopefully I'm close. I just try to go to comfort, okay? Four, three, two, one. Now I'm going to start to shift my focus to the lead leg here. This is where I want to start to feel some stretch in my lead leg butt area, okay? So now I'm going to sort of walk my hands forward here. And I want to not necessarily fall down this way and stretch into like a fake hip stretch. I want to keep my chest up and sliding forward, not down. Does that make sense? So I should walk my hands out and sort of lead here. I want that hip hinge, and I can feel this back on this right side. Like I'll switch over here for you guys. As I set up my lead leg position. As I stretch here, I can really feel this stretch in that back side of my, in this case, my right hip, okay? So I'm just gonna hold and stretch here for the next minute or so, okay? I'm trying to keep my chest gliding forward, not down. Just kind of breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, relax and allow these tissues to sort of unfold and get used to this position. You don't have to crush the stretch. The stretch can just be like a nice 70 to 80% intensity tops. Let this stretch happen. Don't try to force it to happen. A lot of times I'll talk about passive stretching being like ice cubes melting in the sun. They're not forcing themselves to melt. It just happens, okay? So allow your tissues to melt and accommodate the stretch. We'll do about another 20 seconds here, right? Just a nice 70, 80% stretch and sensation in that front posterior hip / butt area. All right, I'm gonna shift. I want you guys to stay where you're at. I'm gonna shift for the camera purposes here, okay? But we're gonna focus our initial efforts on back leg or trail leg foot, okay? So I'm thinking about this leg, or in particular right now, this foot. This is incredibly hard for me personally, which is why I put it in here for everybody, okay? And I won't expect you to move, 6 inches off the ground. Even the effort of you trying to pick that back foot up, you see how mine barely moves? That's what I'm gonna be working on here. It's okay to suck at it. What you want to do is put your maximal effort into producing that motion. That's the only way we'll be able to carve out a millimeter more at a time, or that'll turn into, an inch at a time. Okay. That's the only way to sort of improve and actively participate in our improvement. Okay. So what I'm looking to do here is to lift this back foot off the ground. If I was awesome, I could get to there because that's my passive flexibility. But I'm not awesome at it. So it's going to be very, very little compared to that. Okay. So we're going to end up doing 6 reps of these 10-second count max effort back foot liftoffs. The trail leg knee stays on the ground. Your ankle may not move a lot. That's okay. Just max effort trying. Okay. So you should feel this a lot in this hip. It's likely at some point during this, I'll get a cramp, you'll get a cramp, or we'll get a cramp together. Okay. It'll be great to catch on video. So in about 5 seconds here, we're going to effort that first lift off with the ankle here. And I may even lean a little bit forward like so, which you can as well, to get a feel for what it should feel like. Okay. So let's get that lean forward if you need to. Lift that foot up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly down. I should have said that in the beginning too. When you're done with the 10 seconds, don't just go and let it plop down. Just think about it just sort of parachuting down to the ground. You are in control of yourself, okay? Allow that leg to move down under your power. Don't just let it thump down. That's not control, okay? Let's go rep number 2. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. 2 reps down. You should probably be shaking during these reps. This should be hard. It's very unfamiliar max effort work. Back foot lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Drive that knee to the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1, and parachute. 3 reps down, 3 to go, okay? Here we go. Back foot up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 4 down, guys. You're doing awesome. We're going to do 2 more here. Back foot lifts up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. I wish we were only doing 5. That's why I put it in 6. Here we go. Back foot lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. Stay in this position. We're just going to shift our focus now to lead leg and the foot liftoffs, okay? Now, when I say foot liftoffs, I mean foot liftoffs, okay? I don't want the whole leg to come off the ground. I'm going to shift so you guys can watch front leg here as you participate as well, okay? So set up in that 90-90 position. I want to try to keep this leg down. So even if you need to hold that leg down, which is fine, even if you lightly do it, you're not going to see my foot come off the ground very much. If I want to lean over and do it, that's what it'll look like. I'm probably going to end up leaning a little bit so that I can work on even just getting that 1 inch off the ground, okay? Back leg still stays in contact with the ground. I'm sure you're going to feel some pressure and internal rotation here. That's great. You're going to need that body tension to sort of help keep you stable while you effort that front leg. That's about as much as my leg is going to move, okay? So as I do this here, I'm going to have one hand kind of in between the legs out in front here, or you can have it on top of the knee here. Other hand, you can be out here, or you can be on your forearm, whatever you need to do. Just keep that knee down on the ground, okay? Same thing, we're gonna do 6 reps, 10-second max effort holds, all right? So here we go. Lifting that lead leg, foot, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and control down. Place it down. 1 down, 5 to go. Got a little tricep cramp there, okay? Here we go. Rep number 2, and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. 2 down, 4 to go. Here we go. So we're using that inside thigh tissue, driving this knee down into the floor as we lift that foot. Third rep. We'll lift the foot. 1, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Yes, I know I missed a number on purpose. Okay. Weird count. Sorry. 3 down, 3 to go. Drive that knee into the ground, lift that foot. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 4 down, 2 to go. You guys are doing great. Okay, keeping that knee down, lifting that foot as much as you can. And lift. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know you're getting better rep by rep. Me too, okay? This is still hard. One last rep. Drive that knee into ground and lift the foot. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax, okay? Good, guys. Let's just get a little bit of stretch here on that front hip for about 30 seconds or so. Keeping that head up and chest goes forward, not down. A little bit of butt burn going on there. After we finish this stretch, we're going to do that same rear leg stretch that we started with in the beginning, okay? So let's kind of slowly walk those hands back. This position here, keeping that back knee on the floor. Just holding here, 70, 80% stretch max. Twenty more seconds. Good, guys. All right, so stay in this neutral position. Now we're going to work with some back leg pull throughs, okay? These are really hard for me, which is why I love to put them in here. I kind of love to see how much better I get at them each time I try them. Now, ideally, I'd be able to lift my foot first, my knee second. As I bring this foot through, contact that front heel, and then reverse it so that my knee comes down first and foot down there. And let me tell you, that's about the best one I've ever done in my life. So I'm super proud, okay? So we're gonna do those back leg drag throughs like that. We're going to do 10 of them, okay? And we're just gonna go nice and slow when we do this. I do not want you to be in a hurry. I want you to be very deliberate and conscious of what's happening at the hip, knee, and foot. There is no hurry today. Today's intensity is all about attention and position and just conscious correctness of order of movement, okay? So you can drive that back knee into the ground, lift that foot, knee comes up, slowly dragging through. Top foot heel touches the heel of the bottom foot. Slowly lift, dragging back, touch that knee to the ground first, and then place that foot down. You see how I have to kind of move my torso a little bit. I wish I were more flexible and more mobile, but I'm not. Let's work on it. Foot up, knee up second, ankle to foot. That's number 2. Extend back, knee down first, foot down second. Okay, here we go. Foot up first. 3. Reach that foot back. Finish 3. Good. 3 down. Foot up, knee up, back and through. 4. Knee down first, foot down second. 4. Foot up, knee up, touch the foot. 5. knee down first, foot down second. 6, foot up, knee up, heel to heel. Knee down, foot down, 6, foot up, knee up. It's getting easier, isn't it? Heel to heel, 7. Reach back, knee down, foot down, 7. Foot up, knee up, 8. Knee down, foot down, 8. Last 2. Foot up, knee up. Bring it through. Knee down, foot down. Number 9. Last one. Foot up, knee up. Heel through. Knee down, foot down. Good job, guys. That was a back leg drag through. Let's just kind of stretch this back hip for 30 seconds or so. Letting this back knee just relax into the ground. You should feel this in this left hip. After we finish this stretch in about 10 seconds, we're going to focus on our front leg, front thigh this time. We did the foot lift off before. Now we're going to do this whole thigh lift off, okay? So now we're going to use all the muscles we can in this inner thigh and here to bring this thigh up toward our rib cage and off the ground as high as we can for a 10-second max effort, much like we did with the foot, driving the knee into the ground, okay? So when we do this, let me demonstrate one. I'm just going to lift up and hold here for 10 seconds. And then again, I'll slowly sort of parachute it down. So that's how it's going to look, okay? Ideally, you're trying to limit, do I need to lean back or accommodate? But at the same time, your max effort lifting whatever you can get off the ground, okay? Yes, you can use your hands to stabilize and lift off. Totally perfect, okay? So we're going to do 6 of these whole thigh lift offs, okay? They're going to be 6 10-second efforts, just like we do to the foot. All right. So in about 3 seconds, let's lift that thigh. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly place it down. You might notice that you're pushing that back knee into the ground very hard. I love it. That's supposed to be that way. It's exactly what you want to do. Let's lift that thigh again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, higher, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and parachute down. Awesome, guys. Let's do 4 more, okay? One at a time. We'll get through these. Let's lift that front leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Good. 3 down, 3 to go. Talking a lot here. I need some water so I can keep talking. All right. Number 4 on front thigh. Let's bring it up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Awesome, guys. We got 2 more of those. These are hard as crap, aren't they? Okay. Let's bring them up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Brutal Friday. Last one on this side, okay? Let's bring it up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, let's just get a nice stretch into that front lead leg. You should feel this in that back right butt area, or the lead leg butt area. 70, 80% relaxing stretch. All right, guys, we're gonna do some end range holds with this back leg, okay? I for sure am gonna need to come to the forearm here because what we're gonna do is use this top hand on top of the thigh here as we extend and hold and flex and hold, okay? Extend and hold, flex and hold, all right? So what you're doing is you're stabilizing your hip in a move called abduction, using these muscles right here while you flex and extend the hip, okay? So if I'm in this position here and I lift that leg up, I'll be out here and there, which is probably what I'm gonna end up working in. And I'm sure that I'll probably cramp 2 or 3 times during the whole 6 rep period, okay? So let's start to focus on that trail leg here. Get whatever amount of lean you need, or at least test it each rep. And then the first action will be lifting this leg up in this direction, okay? So I'm gonna pick my whole leg up off the ground and then push gently, just a little bit, as I extend and hold for 1, 2, flex back, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3. Oh, little cramp. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 6. Keep that leg up and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Yes, I know I'm a jerk for that last 10-second hold. I felt it too. Let's just come back and stretch. We'll do a 10, 15-second stretch here, and then we're gonna slow transition to the opposite side, okay? I'll try to sort of reorient myself to show you guys how to go through that transition, okay? So I'll shift just a little bit, stay in your 90-90. Now, we wanna sort of come up on this back toe here. I don't wanna use my toe as a pivot. I'm gonna open up this knee as much as I can, keeping this front leg down. When I'm done with that, then I can start to lift this front leg this way until I get into this sort of bear sit position here. This hand comes down and I start to drive this knee down, and then using my heel as a pivot here, driving that back knee down. And I should come into a pretty close 90-90 on the opposite side of where we just did all our work, okay? And we are gonna go through that entire segment that we just did with this leg, okay? So we'll start in this 90-90 position here. Let's get ourselves perfectly aligned so that leg comes directly out from the side. Lead leg comes directly out from the sternum in the front or the chest. Let's just kind of put the hands back, and we're just gonna stretch to get this internal rotation tissue here. We'll give this about a minute or so just to get comfortable. Remember, it's like a 70 to 80% stretch here. You do not have to crush it. Everybody good and sweaty now? You're kind of like, oh, that was fun. Great, I get to do it on this side too. But your hips are gonna feel so amazing after this. And we'll even prove it when we go back through our hip cars again. Another 20 seconds or so. Good, let's shift our focus to this lead leg now. So that chest is coming forward at the hip hinge, not hunching over and down, just forward, pushing that sort of leg into the ground as you try to bring your bottom of your rib cage closer to your thigh at like a 70 to 80% intensity. You should feel that left butt cheek or the lead leg left or lead leg butt cheek stretch. Almost like you're like, I can't tell if it's my glute or my hip. That's a good place. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 15 seconds. All right, guys. So you remember our first area of emphasis was the back foot lift off, right? Where we just wanted to bring this back foot off and then parachute down. Yeah, that was a thump down. That's what we're not going to do, okay? So we're going to do 6 of those 10-second holds and then a parachute down, okay? You made it through one side, you can for sure make it through the other side. Though I will say, like I always say, you know, just because these are brothers or sisters doesn't mean your legs or your arms are twins. So you may feel entirely different from left to right. That's okay. Knowing those inequalities or asymmetricalities is important, and starting to work on them and resolving that huge discrepancy. You may not ever get it perfect, but resolving the huge discrepancy is a very important thing to do for, you know, bilateral type training, things like squatting, deadlifting, or jumping, things like that. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, if you need to get a little bit of lean forward, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of lean forward and to the side a little bit. Just pick that back foot up for 10, 9, 8. Drive that knee into the ground. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and parachute back down. Good. That was rep number 1. Let's set up for number 2. That foot up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rep number 2 is done. Okay. This is by far my less cool hip for internal rotation. It's a very important quality for me to train in this hip. Let's lift it up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 reps down. Okay. Hammy cramp. Okay. Let's set up rep number 4. Back foot up off the ground. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 4 reps down, guys. You're doing awesome. Okay. Maximal effort. Whatever you get out of this is what you put into it. This is so true with this. Put a great effort in, you get great results out. Okay. Rep number 5. Bring it up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Another hammy cramp. Hammy sniper. All right, last rep, best rep, okay? Drive that knee down into the ground, lifting that foot up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Let's just get a little bit of stretch here. Leaning back. We'll get about 30 seconds of internal rotation, driving that back knee into the ground. My right hamstring keeps wanting to cramp. Hey, hammy. Kind of hang out here for another 15 seconds. We're just trading some intensity with some relaxation. Some intensity, some relaxation. So it's hard, but it's also fair, right? It's not beat the crap out of your body the entire time. It's do a little bit of hard stuff, chill and let it simmer. Let the brain kind of see the cool improvements you made, okay? So now we're gonna start to focus on the front foot lift offs, okay? So I'll swing myself around so you guys can kind of watch this. Same thing we did on the other side, right? Lead leg, front foot lift off work. The hamstring keeps wanting to cramp up. Okay, so lead leg. Lead leg work. We're gonna just lift. We're just gonna lift that left or lead foot off the ground, keeping that knee on the ground while we do this. And if you need to lean all the way to your forearm like I'm doing with a hamstring cramp right now, that's totally cool, okay? So all we're going to do here, I'm going to put this hand here, lead foot here. I'm going to do my best to lift that foot up as much as I can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. So it's not a lot of motion, right? But it is my max effort. Do I wish I could get it way up here? Yeah, that's my passive range of flexibility, but that's not currently what I control. So I'm doing my best to grasp control, take action to try to own it. Let's lift for number 2. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rep number 2, okay? The good news is my hamstring cramp is kind of going away because I'm so focused on this. Yay. Okay? Lift for number 3. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys are doing great. Number 4. Let's lift that foot or get the intent there. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Good. So you can see I'm even having a hard time keeping this back knee down. I got to remember to do that even while I'm doing this, okay? There's compensation trying to happen. I'm trying to max effort figure this out on the fly. All right, let's go rep number 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Sorry, I just got the wrong count. 3, 2, 1, and good. Rep number 5. I started 5 count there, okay? This is psyching me out. I gotta get my mind right. Let's lift that foot up again. Last rep, best rep. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's just get that nice relaxing stretch, keeping that chest driving forward, not down, okay? Grab yourself a drink while you stay in this nice stretch for about 30 seconds here. What we're trying to do here is create some motion, create some release in our big, thick joint hip capsule in there, where we get even small degrees of freedom there, translating into huge degrees of freedom in mobility. And better than that, more available tissue to control that new freedom, okay? More available tissue to apply to exercise or apply to life, running, dancing, climbing, whatever. More capsule health, space communication means more awesome movement for you, less injury for you, more applicable power as a human being. You become the optimal human being, because right now, clearly we're all suboptimal in our hip movement here, okay? Good, guys. So next, we're gonna do that back leg drag through. So we're shifting focus back into the trail leg here, okay? And this is where we wanna move and lift that foot first, knee second, and then come up to that heel tap here, okay? So we're gonna end up doing 10 of these again, okay? So remember how we lifted that foot first, knee second, heel through, tap, okay? That's 1. No, I won't make you guys do that. So let's start with number 1 here. Foot up, knee up, drag through, heel to heel, okay? Back through, knee down first, foot down second. Foot up, knee up, and through. Trying to limit motion to my torso here. Reaching back through, knee down first, foot down second. That's 2. Foot up, knee up, back through, heel to heel. Reaching back, knee first, foot first. 3. Foot up, knee up, and through for 4. Reaching back with a foot, knee down, foot down. 4. Foot up, knee up, heel to heel. Foot back, knee down, down for 5. Foot up, knee up, through, heel to heel. foot back, knee down, foot down, 6, foot up, knee up, heel through, 7, foot back, knee down, foot down, 7, up, up, through, touch, back, through, down, down, 8, up, up, through, back, through, down, down, up, up, through, heel, back, knee, foot, 10. You guys did awesome, okay? Let's just kind of hang out here, get a little bit of a stretch. Both arms back. We're focusing on that trail leg, internal rotation of the hip stretch. Don't move into pain. Don't make it super intense. 70, 80% is fine, because the cool thing is that 70 or 80% changes as your range of motion changes. What feels like 70 now might have been 100 early on in this thing, okay? So stick at that 70, 80%. Play the long game with this, okay? You don't have to crush every move. You just have to be really good at your effort, okay? So the next thing we're gonna do is focus on the front leg again, right? You keep sort of trading off back leg, front leg. We're gonna focus on a front leg lift off here, just like we did last time, okay? We'll do our 6 reps of the 10-second hover and then float back and place it down. And then we'll do our 30-second stretch to follow it up, okay? So let's get kind of hands here. Now, remember when we do this, we're gonna create that body tension, right? If you need to sort of lean back a little bit to get that leg up, that's okay. Just don't go right to that. Get your max effort lift first. And then if you can't get off the ground, or you feel like I want to get more off the ground and want to rock back, that comes second, okay? So lift first. And then if you want to, for whatever reason, come back, great, okay? Let's go 6 reps, 10-second holds, starting now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and place. Good. 1 down. And you feel that back knee driving hard into the ground. Let's lift that thigh to rib cage. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Place it down. 2 down, 4 to go. A little drink here. Talking and renewing is pretty tough. Let's lift that thigh. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 3 down, 3 to go. Let's bring it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 down, 2 to go. I wish these were done. All right, bring it up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, this tissue in the thigh, it's what's lifting it up towards your rib cage. Last rep, best rep, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Let's just stretch this lead leg here, keeping that chest moving forward, not down. You should feel that back side of your butt back in here, okay? Just a nice 70% stretch here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, guys. So now for our last little piece of the sequence, we focus on the back leg again, right? Remember how we do our lift and extend with a hand on the top, lift, and extend, okay? So whatever position you need to get in with the straight arm or on the forearm, on a block or a pillow or whatever, let's get there, okay? Max effort. Remember what I said. These may not be exactly the same position on each leg. I know that this one's going to be very challenging for me on the right hip as compared to the left, okay? So we're going to give this 6 reps of extend and flex fully with that last 10-second hold, okay? Let's bring that leg up, hand on, 1, 2, and flex, 1, 2, and extend, 1, 2, and flex, 1, 3, and extend, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 6. Last 10-second hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend and place. Let's just get that stretch. That back hip. Arms come back. Hold this for about 30 seconds. Okay. Keeping that back trail knee on the ground. Nice stretch. Inch and a rotation of that hip. 20 seconds left. Okay, guys, so remember how we do our transition here. I'm going to shift just a little bit so you can remember and watch here. Okay, so we're in that 90-90. Go on to that back toe. Start to open up that knee, keeping this knee down. When you finish opening that knee, then we start to raise and open up into that bear sit position. I got a cramp there, sorry, I ruined it. Okay, and then we come back to 99 on the other side, okay? Where that's gonna be 1/2 of a cycle, sorry, one of cycles. We're gonna do 5 more like that. So back toe, knee up, other knee starts to come up, back hand, open up and like almost like this bear sit. Front knee down, trail knee through. That's 2. We're going to do 4 more. Back toe, open up the knee, replace the hand, other knee moves. Now we're in the center. Top knee down, back knee drives to the ground. Good, that's 3. On the toe, knee opens, back hand down, bottom knee opens, rotating from the heel, top knee down, bottom knee down. That's 4. We have 2 more, okay? On the toe, open that knee, back hand down, other knee comes up, driving that right knee, top knee down. Number 5, back toe pivot, open that knee, place that hand, second knee comes up. We're in that bear sit-ish. This knee starts to come down, drive it down, back knee finishes. Good, guys. 6 right there. Cool. All I want to do here now is bring us back to where we started, which is our sideline hip cars, okay? You should either be incredibly tired and not really want to do these, but know that they're going to look fantastic. So let's do it. Or super excited to see how much better and cleaner these hips move now. Okay. So let's start with our left side down, right side up. We're going to finish with just nice and slow 4 sideline hip cars. We're going to end the session the same way we started. Okay. Remember to recheck your bottom arm, set up your pillow, yoga block, foam roller, whatever. I like to keep my top arm just sort of this position here. keep me steady. I don't want to roll excessively back or forward. As I lift that top leg off, thigh comes toward the rib cage, opening up that gate. You should have so much better control of your external internal rotation. That foot drives up nice and high as you're reaching back and through to the center starting position. Reverse that motion back. Foot stays high as you open up. Start to externally rotate through and around. This feels so much better, okay? Let's go rep number 2. Thigh towards rib cage. Open up that gate wide. Foot comes high as I reach back and through. Particularly for me, my internal rotation is just like 60% better now. Foot high as I open up, externally rotate back and through. This is that point where you're like, geez, all that hard crap that I kind of hated a little bit but loved at the same time really paid off. And I can totally tell how this translates into feeling less hip pain, back stiffness, whatever, okay? Oh, so nice. 4. Let's do one more. I think that was 3. Thigh comes up toward the rib cage. Worst case scenario, we get extra fitness. Oh, so nice. I love you, hips. All right, let's go to the other side. Let's get our 4 in there, okay? Set yourself up. Make sure you're on the side of your body here. Knees bent a little bit. Just bring that leg up and off. Thigh to chest. Open up the gate. Raise that foot high as I reach back and through. Back to the start and reverse it. Reach back. Foot stays high and open up. Back through thigh to rib cage. And reverse. Thigh to rib cage. Open up the gate. Foot stays high as I reach back and through. Back to center. Extend. Open up. Oh, wrap number 2. Let's do 2 more. Thigh to rib cage. Open the gate. Foot stays high as I reach back and through and around. Foot stays high, reaching back. Open up. And 3. Last rep, guys. Thigh to chest. Open wide. Foot up high. Back and through. Reach into extension with the foot high. Externally rotate. Back and through. Awesome, guys. Some fantastic hip work today. I know it was challenging. I know it was slow, thorough, concerted, conscious efforts on improving your capacity to be an optimal moving human, okay? Hips are so important to everything. Low back, lower extremity, moving better in general, feeling better, sleeping better, performing better, okay? So excellent job on today's hip stuff. Way to hang in there and stick with it. All right, great job, guys. I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.